Hey guys, how's it going? I don't know if I got this right. I don't know if I should bring it down a little. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I'm going to talk about or sort of review a sword, which you'll see in the description anyway, so you'll know what it is. Wouldn't be watching it otherwise, right? Zip ties. Anyway, and this is you can see it on different sword websites or I want to say everything blade websites that I decided to pick up the Assemble Yourself Katana for $45. And in case anybody was interested in one, have looked at them and said, I don't know, and well, I'll help you make your decision. Okay. Um, Comes with a black kind of a nylon bag. Comes in a plain brown box. Comes with your blade, your handle, your spacers, your guard, your peg to hold it in. And I'm not using the correct terms intentionally. Just because not everybody knows them and I might missay something. Okay, so here's the bag. Okay, and here you go. This is came with a black lacquered wooden scabbard, which is cool. I don't know if this will show, but it has. No, it's not going to show. I don't have the right lighting. Maybe if I get in there, there's a grasshopper Suba. That's the name for the handguard. Just in case you didn't know, and I might get some parts wrong if I name them all, so I'm not gonna. But that's a Suba. Feels like a cotton cord wrapped Suka, which is your handle. Right? It's got some plastic stuff inside to imitate ray skin. And it's got your little decorative pieces inside the handle, known as Manuki. Yeah, I think I got that right. This one, well, I have the end taped up because there was somewhere on this thing. Yeah, there was a chunk of wood taken out of it inside of here. So I got the scabbard was a little damaged, or the saya or saya, name for your scabbard. All right. Don't know what the name for the cord wrap is here, so I'm just gonna skip that. So I don't remember. Okay. We'll get on with showing it to you, and then we'll discuss it even a little more. Yeah, it looks a little dirty. Oh well, that's okay. Okay, here's the blade you get. It's fairly pretty. You can see the fake Hamon or Hammond, however you want to pronounce it, temper line. Okay. Here, trying to get the lights right on it. Here. Poorly done tip, but again, $45 sword. So it came less than knife sharp. I don't know if you can see this, but it's got a bent tip. This is kind of bending to that way. Came that way, looked like it had poked out of the box. I didn't bother trying to fix it. Okay, the blade came warped. Had a curve to it. So I kind of, set it up, did a little pressure on it to see if it would straighten, and it straightened right out. Which it shouldn't have. If it was tempered correctly like a regular sword blade, it would have flexed. It wouldn't have straightened out. It would, so I'm assuming, and I know what that, I know, that this may not even be heat treated at all. So, which is fine. You know, $45 sword, wall hanger, conversation piece, maybe even a forms practice thing, which is kind of why I got it in the first place. In fact, I don't know if it'll show here. Alright, let's see right where my thumb is, if I can get the light on it. See, that came a little pitted. So I tried to polish it out, but it didn't work out so well. It wasn't the cleanest blade ever. Okay, in the assembling, the handle, Suka, was excessively tight. It was super hard getting the blade in. And when I got the blade in, I couldn't get the pins. If you can see, I've got a pin here. I couldn't get them all the way through. So I have empty holes on the other side. It went through the blade and partway into this side of the handle, but not all the way. And then there's my biggest beef, if I'm going to have a real major beef with this, is the China Tang stamp. Yes, China Tang stamp. Isn't that lovely? So, but, again, you have a $45 weapon. Well, no. A $45 wall hanger. Perhaps forms sword. A little heavy. You know, it doesn't have the best balance, although a katana's not a terribly well balanced weapon in the first place. But, is it worth the $45? Well, yes, I think it is. I think it's pretty cool. Even if you just wanted to set it on and hang it on the wall, or just something to fool around with and not cut anything with, it's pretty cool. Actually is. Now I heard that some of these, because I read a lot of reviews on these particular things, some of them did not fit in the scabbards well at all. This is perfect. Doesn't shake in and out, but it doesn't stick either. So it holds in this particular one with perfect firmness. Again, though, the scabbard had an issue, but overall, I think it was pretty good for the price. I mean, you can't argue $45. So, and I just thought it would be fun to put one together. I just wanted to check them out, see the quality. The quality, well, it's crap, but you get what you pay for. So anyway, now if you don't want me to bore you, I'm going to talk something about katanas, you know, the old mystical cut-through machine gun type weapons that can do anything and everything. And okay, that's silly. I know. Some people believe it, though. Anyway, I was watching a video today. I will leave a link to the video. And I would say the YouTuber's name, but I don't want to mispronounce it. Well, alright, I'll say it. Skallagrim? That's the best I can do. I'm trying. Okay, so he did a video recently on the katana being the best sword ever, and he made a lot of valid points that there is no best sword ever. They're all different. They all have their pros and cons and so on and so forth, and I tend to agree with 98% of everything he said. It's actually an awesome video guy if you happen to watch my video. Maybe I'll even link you to it. I like katanas. Aesthetically. You know, I like the way they look. I think they're pretty cool. And yeah, I keep holding the blade with my shirt because I don't want to... Well, I'll have to oil it again anyway, but just trying to keep it clean. I do love katanas. Is it my favorite weapon? No, probably not. Is it my favorite sword? Yeah, to look at, and I think they're really neat. Do I think it's the ultimate sword? No, probably not. There's probably better things. Or different thing. I suppose it, like he said in his video, it really depends on the application. But there was a part about cutting with a katana, and I have to kind of disagree with it a little bit. He was saying how the katana is better for the draw cut because of the curved edge. And, well, this one isn't incredibly curved. Okay, but yes, basically that's true. In a draw cut, it has an advantage because of its curve. And he demonstrated what he meant, and about hand positions and so forth. But there was this thing of that when you cut, you draw back. And not that I've had a lot of training, but that's not how I was taught. It was, if I'm going to slash at you, I'm extending. I am stepping into it. I am hammering down, not pulling back. I'm following through. The curve of the blade aids in the penetration without having to draw, necessarily. And that was just a point that I had, because it didn't make sense to me to carve into somebody or something and to be pulling back to make the cut along the curve when you don't need to. You know, you can just follow through. You can step into it. You can overhead step into it, cut down. You could cut down across the middle of the head, down the shoulder. If it's sharp, it'll go. You don't have to draw. Is it good at a draw cut? Absolutely, sure. But I don't think it's necessary and not necessarily done in combat. It takes all the power away, and it doesn't need to be drawn back towards yourself to make an effective cut. So, yeah, that's that. But anyway, if you're interested in a low-budget wall hanger, cheap, not bad looking by any stretch. I mean, I think it's, it's a katana. My lighting's in the wrong angle, but it's like flowery pattern here, and more flowery pattern on this piece here. And the grasshopper guide, which I think looks nice, although it's kind of thin and chintzy, but overall, if you want something to just, that you can wall hang, pretty easy to put together. If you do get, if you invest in one and it's like really bad off, yeah, send it back. But as it sets, I think it's worth the $45. I mean, you can't expect a combat weapon for $45. It just doesn't exist. So, well, you could probably stab somebody a real good one with it. So, yeah, that's it. The $45 assemble yourself katana. $45 and maybe a little more, depending on where you go. But I got mine for $45. Like I said, with a little bit of damage it had, I wasn't going to bother sending it back. It was a $45 thing. I'm not a perfectionist, so at least not in that respect. So, there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great one, and see you soon. And I will put a link to his video down in the description because it's informative. It's a really good video, and it's interesting. He's good character. So take care, guys. Have a great one. And my camera's on the battery dying. So see ya.